Welcome to my survival world. As you may be able to see behind me, I have a problem. You see, I've been busy making farms, like this shulker farm that doesn't need portals, or this tunnel bore that I've been using to get redstone, or maybe this tree farm that I can harvest almost all wood types from. But this whole time, I've been living in this kind of gray shoebox with the sort of nether portal antenna? Because I told myself, Pand, you can create a proper base once you have all those amazing resources from your farms. Well, it's time. And I'm so excited because this is going to be my first megabase project. Specifically, today, we're going to be building the storage system I designed. Behold, I've picked out this hill in this lovely sparse jungle biome. And you can see I've already been busy lighting the place up to make it safe to build here. And if you look behind me, this is a holographic projection of the storage system I'm going to build. Using the Litematica mod, I can project the layers of the schematic from my creative world onto this one. Litematica also creates a list of all resources so you know what you need. That's over 400 hoppers. But it's worth it. It's worth it because we're going to be able to sort almost every item in the game. And let me tell you, there are a lot more than 400 unique stackable items in Minecraft these days. But with that, let's get building. All right, pause for a moment. I want to test that this first part of the storage system is working properly first before I continue on to build the rest. So we're going to pop some test items in here, and that the items are going up the proper elevator. Takes them all the way up here to the top. So all of the stackable items should drop right below this dropper into this hopper line, which then should take them right over to sorted. So they should end up here. And it looks like they did not. Okay. All right. So that just took me a second there to find. I think I know what's going wrong with this system. So if we just look at this here for a sec. And what I had done is I had hidden the layer. But if we come up here, I think we found our problem. There we go. Now we can test the rest of the functionality. So I just mentioned that we have this presorter by Raffq, and then below here we have this shulker unloader by SamosTheSage and Raffq. We're just gonna test that next. So I have a test shulker box here with a few items in it, and I'm just gonna stick that in here. And then the stackable items should go on into that hopper over there. But then the unstackable item, and here we go. The axe shows up in the unstackable storage. Go back up, back one more time. And we have our stackable items showing up correctly where they should be. And then actually the shulker box, the empty shulker box should show up in here. And then we can also just test an empty shulker box. Empty shulker box should go into the shulker box loader. There it goes. And then it's immediately broken. And then the shulker box shows up. So everything's working now. So we can continue on building the farm. Back to the time lapse. Guys, I think we're almost done here with this build for today. And so I got to tell you about some of the favorite features I have for the way I designed this. Over here for Sam's 50 furnace array that I built here, this is a carpet duper, which means that we'll never have to worry about fuel for the furnaces because the carpet duper will automatically run while the furnace is running to supply fuel to the furnaces. Of course, uh, we do need to do one thing to get this process started, which is we need to flick this lever here, and then that will cause the carpet duper to run for a while, fill up all of the furnaces one by one. And then once they're filled, then we'll never have to worry about the fuel ever again. And you can just see there the carpets go. They're going across this little stacker here, which causes them to combine into a fewer number of entities, and then they just very efficiently gonna go all the way down the chain once this is ready to go. All right, while the carpet duper is running over there, I also want to do the pre-filling for the Shulker box crafter. This is a really, I look at this Shulker box crafter design. I just love this design so much. It's actually hugely, massively overkill for this storage system, but I think we're never going to run out of Shulker boxes for the bulk storage with this design. So to pre-fill this, I think that I need to fill in some of the contents of the chests over here. So if we look at this over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on the Litematica overlay, and then we can see what's normally in these. Okay, so this one's normally got logs in it. So we're going to put logs into the crafter. Oh, and we also need to set it up. Okay, there we go. Now those match. And then below it, we need planks. Okay, got planks in there. Yeah, look at that. All right, one more to go. So got 3 chests, and then the rest is all shulker boxes. Okay. And then over here, I have a entire shulker box full of logs and an entire shulker box full of shells. I'm going to take these. We're going to go up top and we're going to put those into the shulker box unloader part of the box crafter up here. Make sure I have the right one in the right slot. Okay, so this is shells. Okay, so logs, we're going to go on the far side. And then the shells here, we can go on the close side like that. Just going to double check I did that right. Yep. Okay, we have the shells are going to go into the machine. Then I think we got to do one last thing to prime the machine here. Let's see. I think I want to have a shulker box, just an empty one for its purpose. Then this, if we look at the redstone here, there's like a comparator here that reads out from this hopper. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this in there. Then, okay. Might need to break this. Item in, item out. Okay, there we go. Now it's working. All right. Here we go. Shulker box is all filling in to the system. Okay, so next we can set up the bulk storage real quick. So like, for example, I would like to put obsidian on the bulk storage because I made a ton of obsidian. And so if we go up here, the top, we can take the third filter here, and we can take out this blocker item, not to be confused with the cobblestone. We take out this blocker item, and we can put in a piece of obsidian. Take this through, obsidian, move obsidian in. All right, sounds good. Very nice. Okay, so then believe if I stick obsidian into here, it should now start showing up in here in a sec. There it goes. obsidian's coming in. The beautiful thing about having this bulk storage be a box loader is that whenever this box fills up, it will automatically get stored into this chest, and then another box will be put in here to replace it. But for now, I'm just going to stick this full blocks of obsidian down below so that we have it. All right, so the furnace array has actually finished filling all of the furnaces with carpets, but this is actually take 2 of me recording this because I forgot to put lava in this cauldron here, which is essential for the cart heating mechanic that this furnace uses to unload items from the furnaces rapidly. So we can now test this out. What's going to happen here is that there's going to be a cart that's going to come around. That cart's going to pick up some of the items from the chests, and then it will distribute those items to all of the hoppers. And then below, there's another minecart that runs, and that minecart will pick up items that have been smelted. So this is going to be its first time coming around grabbing items. It's going to come around. It's going to come around to the cart eater. It's going to break the cart, separate out the items from the cart, and then those items can go up and into the output chest over here. So we got glass coming in so far because that's the first thing told it to smelt. And looks like it's all working this time. I have a conveniently located portal here that connects to the nether roof. And then down below, I've placed a Chunkloader. Chunkloader makes sure that the sorting system doesn't unload in the middle of sorting. That can cause some rather annoying issues that can mean having to clear out droppers. This Chunkloader design is by Dark, and I've chosen this design because I just want a Chunkloader running all the time. Although some sorting systems have a chunk loader that can be turned on and off so that you only have to chunk load when sorting is actually happening. There is one last thing we need to do for this storage system. So we have the shulker boxes that come in here, unstackables, so that we automatically sorted in there. There's the input. Here's the bulk storage for when we have a lot of a single item, like, for example, sand or cobblestone or obsidian. But most of the items are going to go into what's called the multi-item storage. Each of these columns of chests, each of these slices, can store up to 52 different kinds of items thanks to Raffq's brilliant multi-item storage design, the Moony MIS 5. And so in order to tell each of these slices what items they should sort, up here on top we have the filter chests. Each of these chests up here on top is currently empty. But we need to fill in these chests with what we want to be have sorted into them. So essentially, we need to sort items manually one last time. What I've done here is in the schematic itself, I've actually predefined what items should go where. So this one is going to be for redstone. This one's going to be for all the valuables, et cetera, all the way down the line. And we're back. I've now got all of the items for sorting, and you can see that all the other slots of these chests have been filled up with a blocker item that will then prevent the filter items from backflowing into these filter chests. You can see we have valuables, we have rockets and other engineering items, we have flowers, we have saplings, all the stuff. You get the idea. Not every item in the game yet, but we got everything pretty much that I've been able to obtain so far in this world. We got a functional sorting system, and all I believe we need to do is load the system up with all of the items. I got a bunch of items, random stuff that I've accumulated over time that could use sorting, and I'm planning to just throw it all into this sorting system now. It's sorted. So we'll see how this goes. And that really concludes what we're doing so far here with the new base. It's looking very redstone-y for the moment, but my plan is to build a castle here around this. Well, maybe we'll see more about that in the next video.